Powered by Libsyn, the largest podcast host and distribution network since 2004. Libsyn.com.
Welcome to Thanks Podcasting, where you'll get to hear stories of inspiration, transformation, and impact because of podcasting. My name is Jenny from Curve the Cube over at curvethecube.com. So the whole purpose of Curve the Cube is to inspire people to pursue their dreams. Whether you could do it full-time or part-time or just as a hobby, whatever it is, you have to feed your soul. And Curve the Cube has become such a passion project for me, and it's really just, it's just amazing. I can't even explain to you what being a podcaster and having a podcast has really, the impact on my life has been incredible. You know, I started this because I've always thought someone's made it as an artist, as a musician, as, you know, their own small business owner, or whatever it is, whatever they're passionate about, a dancer, a writer, whatever. And, you know, I was always kind of raised to go in a certain direction with my life, and I've always wondered, how do people do whatever it is that they're really truly passionate about? So instead of just wondering how people make it, I was listening to another podcast, and I thought, duh, it just hit me all of a sudden, why don't I start a podcast and just start asking people these questions? And so I did, a little over a year ago, and Curve the Cube was born. My pilot episode was with a friend of mine, Kevin Ralston of KVJ Show, which is the #1 radio show down here in South Florida. I was so happy that he agreed to be my pilot guest, and I'll never forget it. And it's been crazy because what it's done, like, he's already totally famous, Kevin, but having Curve the Cube has given people that I've been friends with for a long time a platform for their own talents. You know, I started with some friends, and friends like DJ John Hitta, who does my music beds, and Jafla, who's an incredible local Haitian artist, Charles Milling, who's basically a music note with legs, who runs the music program at my church, Janice Massey, who's an incredibly talented natural hairstylist, Pizza Girls, who are just local icons down here. Just to have them be able to come on and explain to people how they've done what they've done in order to give people that inspiration has just meant everything to me. It's Curve the Cube, it's allowed me to reconnect with so many people I've had in my life. You know, a lot of people that I went to school with when I was little, like Shoshana Walsh and I have known each other since first grade. She's now the deputy political director at the ABC News, and she was on. Candace Hoyes, who I've known since I was little also. She's this fantastic jazz singer in New York. Amir Arison, I went to high school with him. He's now a ROM on the Blacklist. My friend Paul Varian, who was on a show on the Weather Channel called Catching Hell, because he makes his living fishing. You know, these people are just, they're doing such wonderful things, and it wasn't until I sat back and actually thought about it that I realized, here's a platform, here's a great way for me to contribute to their lives while they're thusly contributing inspiration to mine and all my listeners. It's been so great. You know, I've been able to meet some local talents who've really blown my mind. I've been backstage right after a musical act has come off and done an opener for a huge other act, and just seeing the wow in their faces and of that experience. I've met some incredible kids. I have a series called CDC Kids, and like Alex Popovich, who's Alex Arietti, who's an incredibly talented DJ, or Crush, who are just amazing little musicians who are really killing it. Just the inspiration around me has been incredible. You know, I've met people I've admired for a long time. Newscasters like Jay Cashmere from WPTV, musicians like Camaraderie, who are up and coming. Congresswoman Lois Frankel, oh my gosh, my mind is still blown. She was my guest on my anniversary episode, and just, I'm still so floored about it. And I've just had so many moments of people telling me that they're inspired and encouraged from having listened to the podcast, which has meant everything to me. It's, or having people who have been really fans of someone else, and I'm able to have an episode where I interview that person that they love, like Zach Rance from Big Brother, or it's got me closer to some friends of mine through doing Pod Squad episodes with Jay Cintron and Scotty Fusion, and we've done some crazy episodes, and probably closer to my brother because he's listening in on it. And it's just all these things that when I started it, I didn't really fully understand the scope of the impact on my own life. It's been really amazing, and what I've come to realize is I've been curving my own cube through this. It's through conversations with people, learning, being inspired by some of the great women that I've had on and their girl power, and the networking it's provided me, and meeting with other creative minds. It's encouraged me to be more bold in my life. And I've had so many questions about everything, and now I have people that I can go to and ask. It's really incredible. And now, more recently, I've been opening it up to other topics that have challenged people thinking. I had my friend Drew on, who's transgender, or just be able to talk about Peggy Adams, a local animal shelter here, and how important it is to adopt. Or one of my guests I'm trying to get on is a local leader of Islam, to talk about how Islam and Christianity have much more in common than they do in difference, and that's really important right now to talk about with everything going on in the world. Just thank you to my guests, my listeners, my sponsors. Please visit my sponsors page and read up all about them. They're wonderful people. And just thank you for Curve the Cube has really transformed my life, and I'm so happy to think that maybe it's transformed other people's lives too. So follow Curve the Cube on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest, and also YouTube, and I'll see you around the curve. I love you all. Thank you so much. Sit back and enjoy. Bye.
Are you ready to start your podcast? Host it with Libsyn, Libsyn.